Some say do what you love and then make money doing it. I disagree. I say find a problem, then using your skills and experience, try to solve that problem and make money in the process. Then figure out if you like it or not. Stick around and I'll explain further. If you can identify a problem or a need and then figure out how you can solve that problem using the skills you already have, during that process, determine what would bring you the most joy while you're fixing it. Usually our skills and experience are aligned with what we enjoy doing. Sometimes that's not the case, and that's where you need to reevaluate and look inward and figure out what does bring you joy and start associating your skills and experience towards that thing instead of being a box checker like I used to be. I recommend doing these 3 things first, then worry about if you can find something that you enjoy doing. The first step in finding a side hustle or business that suits you is to determine the problem. You need to fix a problem, fill a hole, do the things that people are too busy or too lazy to do, or ride the wave. The first step of determining the problem is fix a problem. Ask yourself throughout your day, what are your pain points? What are the things that bother you? What do you wish was improved? During your commute, when you get to work, on your way home, when you run into the grocery store, when you get home, what are the things that really bother you and you say, dang, I wish somebody would fix this? Be that somebody. For instance, the first thing I thought of was motion activated floodlights. In my earlier 20s when I was single and I would get home, I'd always come home to a dark house. Or you'd have to keep your night outside light on all day, and I just wanted a light to come on when I arrive at my house. And there, my dad or my uncle or somebody recommended the floodlights. I step foot out of the garage up to the door, the floodlights beam on, and boom, I have the security I need and I have the ability to see where I'm sticking my key. Someone recognized a problem and they solved it. The spatula, the thing you use to flip pancakes, or the thing you use to scrape the bowl and get all the cake mix or pancake mix out of the bowl. Someone was a baker and they said, I can't get all this stuff out the bowl, or I can't flip my pancake. So they created a spatula. It seems small, insignificant, but think about who has the patent on the first spatula. Think about how much money this person has made by filling a hole or solving a problem. DoorDash, Jiffy Lube, the Scrub Daddy, Uber, Lyft, Amazon. I could go on and on and on. Some of these are huge companies, some of them are small. Some of these products have sold thousands, tens of thousands, millions. The point is that there's always a problem that needs fixing. Be that somebody to fix it. The next thing is fill a hole. What is something that exists already, but there's not enough of it? Is there something missing in your community, your household, at your job, on the internet? Do you go looking for something and it's hard to find? Is there something that you like to buy and it's always out of stock? You're not the only person buying it. You're not the only person looking for it. Maybe you need to get that inventory in and sell it yourself. Are you tired of buying something that's super expensive, but you know it's made out of plastic, so it can't be that expensive to make? Figure it out. Dig deeper. Find out if you can be the person that fills that hole and solve the problem for everybody else looking for it as well. That's what I plan to do. The third one is one of my favorites. Start a business or a side hustle that caters to people who are too busy or too lazy. One of my first businesses years ago, is while I was going to college full-time, was called Everyday Assistant. It was a personal assistant service. I started it when I lived in Tennessee, and it was meant to run errands. This is before all of these popular apps. I was one of the first. It was before anyone had it, before there was all these easy to do websites. I was designing my own website and making it happen. I advertised. I found people that had the income to pay me. And at that time, I think I was charging $40 an hour, and I would do grocery shopping, I would run errands, I'd pick up dry cleaning, I do personal shopping, I do organizing, I did it all. And I just had a flat rate of $40 an hour plus whatever I bought. I had a business credit card, so I would buy the things they needed, I would get reimbursed, I'd give them to them, easy peasy. I got shirts made, I had a logo, I had a metallic decal I could put on my car, and it was the best thing. I was fixing a need. I was solving someone's problem. And now I'm that person. I'm that person that's too busy to do something and sometimes too lazy. So now you do call Uber or DoorDash, or you have stuff delivered or Postmates or whatever it may be. And that all came from someone seeing that there was a need for people who were too busy throughout their day, and they felt it. And the final way you can determine the problem is ride the wave. So when you're riding the wave of something that's already successful, you just get on and you continue to help fix that problem. The perfect example of this is the fidget spinner. I don't think the fidget spinner is as popular as it was a year or two ago, but think about when the fidget spinner first came out. You saw it one place, you may have saw it like in a Best Buy or something, and then give it like a month and you saw it everywhere. From Best Buy to Target to Home Depot to Bed Bath & Beyond, for goodness sake. There's a fidget spinner everywhere. Someone saw that there was a need. Someone saw that there was people making these things and people buying these things, and they said, I want to make them too. And they got out there and they started selling them as well. And it filled the need of people who can't sit still. Not just ADD and ADHD, but some people just fidget. Some people need to have something in their hands. The pen clickers, the people that are always moving. That was what the fidget spinner was designed to fix. And I'm sure there were thousands of merchants, thousands of retailers, and thousands of manufacturers that were riding that wave of the fidget spinner. And I bet you most of them came out on top. Some other ideas about determining the problem is selling things on Craigslist, selling things on eBay, selling things on Amazon, driving for Uber, driving for Lyft, becoming an Amazon FBA, become a consultant, sell an online course, write a book, write an ebook. The list goes on and on. There is a side hustle that fits your expertise. The second step of finding the perfect business or side hustle is to determine if it's profitable. Once you determine the problem, figure out, can you make money fixing it? This will require some market analysis, some market research, a lot of Googling, and the best way to solve this problem is by doing a SWOT analysis. And those of you that aren't familiar with SWOT, S-W-O-T, it is figuring out the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and threats in this industry or of this product. Figure out what are the good things about it, the bad things about it, or you bringing it to market. What are the opportunities? Where can you sell it? How can you sell it? How much money can you make? Etc. And then the threats. Is the market oversaturated? Is it hard to make this product? Is it expensive to make it? Do you have access to the materials? Can you find a manufacturer? Can you afford the franchise license? It helps you evaluate the barriers to entry and the avenues of success. The third thing you need to do is now figure out what you're good at. Figure out what piece of this problem you can solve. Let's use the fidget spinner again. Suppose you're not good at talking to people, but you're a techie kind of person, you'd be good at bringing that thing online. So if you can't talk to people, maybe you wouldn't be the person that's going to bring the fidget spinner to Home Depot and Bed Bath & Beyond. Because that's going to require some phone calls. That's going to require you putting yourself out there. That's going to require you selling to those people. But if you're a techie kind of person and you can create a website and you know how to get with the manufacturer and email, you can write written communications, then you can get that product from the manufacturer, FBA it on Amazon, and sell it online. And you don't have to talk to damn near anybody. You probably don't have to talk to anybody. So now you found a way to fill that hole, ride that wave, and capitalize on the talents that you have and not have to step out your box, step outside of your zone. I do recommend coming out of your comfort zone though, because you might make more money doing things you're not comfortable doing. And if you do it long enough, you'll eventually become more comfortable at it and even good at it. Think about the last time you captured someone's full attention. And when you figure out that moment, what were you talking about? What was so captivating that you had their attention? Were you an expert at something? Were you just telling a story? Was it interesting? Unpack that. Get down deeper. Figure out what it was. See if you can recreate that. And see if while recreating that, you can make some money off of it. The fourth and final step I have for helping you determine the best side hustle or business for you. Determine how much time you can dedicate to this side hustle or business. And you need to be honest. If it's a side hustle and you know you have 5 extra hours on your weekend and 1 hour each night to do it, then you need to base your side hustle around that. How much effort do you have to put towards it? Some ideas don't have an expiration date, like selling Kleenex or flour or something that or sugar, something someone's always going to need. But if you want to ride that fidget spinner wave, your time's going to be pretty finite. And if you don't have the time to bring it to market while the wave is still high, then you shouldn't even pursue it. A lot of things you need to strike while the iron is still hot. All I ask is that you be honest with yourself. These 4 steps are not a complete list. I'm going to be coming to you every day, so I will continue to give you ideas and inspiration and ways that you can figure out what your side hustle and what your business is going to be. But I hope I've left you with some inspiration and some fodder to help you reach your exponential greatness. That's all I have for you today. This is The Real Teddy Talks, signing off.